10,000 police officers have been deployed to cover the arrival of U.S. President Barack Obama this Friday. And Nairobi County Police Commander Benson Kibui is asking the public to cooperate with them to ensure maximum security. Or further road users are being warned that Mombasa Road, Uhuru Highway and Waiyaki Way up to the Westlands roundabout will be closed to traffic on Friday ahead of Obama's arrival that evening. Let's take a look at what they had to say during that press briefing.
We have moved to all areas, all venues that the President will go, and we have that good coordination and cooperation. All what I'm requesting Nairobians and any other person who will come to Nairobi is to ensure that they cooperate, they coordinate with our security agents, Kenyans and foreign security personnel, so that we ensure that free flow of traffic, and where we will be able to curtail traffic, we call for total cooperation to motorists and also human traffic, particularly on the side of security. One thing that I'm happy and proud of is about the security operations that was carried out by honorable MPs, having ordered or instructed by none other than the President to ensure that we get rid of illicit brews and also second generation drinks. That operation went on well here in Nairobi, and let me tell you that that thing did good, because the rate of crime in Nairobi, I'm telling you, like last night, we had very few instances reported. So as operations continued to get rid of illicit brew and also second generation drink, we have had very few instances of criminality. Hence, the city is very clear, the city is very clean, and you have seen the county government and also the Kenya Power, which has been undertaking the responsibility of lighting the streets of Nairobi. If you walk around in Nairobi, anywhere, you will see that the city is lit very well. And what we have done is that we, in the security sector, we have mobilized our officers to ensure that we get rid of vandals who vandalize street lights and also city cameras. So in terms of security, we can say that we are doing very well, and we are calling for 190 to ensure that they take regard of the vital institutions that we have here at the moment. For example, we have schools, we have other institutions that the government has put in place. So there is very good coordination in schools, particularly pupils and students. In terms of security, I'm talking this because of the threats that we have in terms of terrorism. We have talked to the management of the schools and other institutions. In terms of security maintenance within the informal settlement, that one is going very well, and I'm telling you, we are coordinating very well, and not much has been occasioned from the informal settlement, because our officers are doing very good job in terms of Nyumba Kumi initiative, and also community policing is in place. In terms of the visit that we are waiting for on Friday, our officers are well prepared. As I said, we are coordinating very well with the foreign agencies that are here. And one thing that I can assure Kenyans and Nairobians is that we are calling for total cooperation. President Obama is coming, and you have been looking forward to his visit. He is one president that we've been waiting for. So please, come in droves. And one thing that I would like to inform Kenyans and Nairobians is that there are some venues that the President will visit only by invitation. So if at all the venue that the President will visit is only by invitation, please, we are calling for total cooperation, and we'll be able to facilitate the lining up along the routes and also the venues. There are some areas that the President, security and us included, will be able to relate very well, so that we don't harass members of public. So I'm assuring members of public that no manhandling, no harassment of a kind. And that one is something that we are assuring, because this is something that we have planned, and that's why this morning we are talking about security and any other thing that we have talked about, meaning that we want free flow of traffic to flow. Business will run as usual. So there is nothing that will be unique arising from the visit of President Obama. So Nairobi will not stand still in terms of business. So business will run as usual, except that you might be inconvenienced in one way or another, and that's why I'm calling for total cooperation with the security and any other agents. Cooperate, coordinate, no harassment, and business will run as usual.
The following roads will be affected. That is obviously Mombasa Road down to Uhuru Highway, all the way to parts of Waiyaki Way will be affected. The roads that leads into certain sections of the CBD, you may say of Haile Selassie as you head to Haile Selassie Moi Avenue roundabout, down to parts of Haile Selassie Landis road areas. Other roads includes Waiyaki Way, and I would like actually to place a request to all motorists in Nairobi to take advantage of the current created bypasses, especially the southern bypass at Kikuyu. If you are a motorist and you don't intend or you have no issues within the CBD, then take advantage of the southern bypass if you are coming from the western side of this country. You can also take the other side of Ruaka Road so that you may join northern bypass so as to avoid Waiyaki Way and the CBD in general. For those who reside in between Kikuyu and Westlands area along Waiyaki Way, then you can always take advantage of the many U-turns and intersections that are within Waiyaki Way. For instance, James Gishuru Road. That's one way that you can actually link up with Ngong Road so that you access other parts of this county. For your information, around Westlands, there will be no vehicles allowed beyond that point. Likewise, from University Way, on certain days of on certain times of the day, you will not be able to access beyond Waiyaki Way onto Westlands. Limuru Road, of course, will be used, especially on Saturday, and therefore you may not be able to access that area. Again, take advantage, motorists to take advantage of the linkages that exist in between, including the use of Kikuyu Road, and of course the other side of the road, like accessing Kikuyu through the northern bypass. Basically, those are the major roads that will be affected. I will also request that we should accommodate any changes that may come in between. As you are aware, and as the county commander has indicated, we have reinforcements, including the traffic police officers. Therefore, there is actually need for all motorists to comply with the directives that will be issued by these officers manning the various sections of our roads within the county, so that you can have a bearable movement of the vehicles within the roads in this county.
That was a press briefing earlier on by police commanders in Nairobi, where OCPDs, DCIOs and officials from the NIS met to structure and of course to give a brief of how the security will be ahead of Obama's visit. Well, still on security ahead of that very important visit, a little bit earlier I spoke to security expert Mwenda Mbijiwe, and he gave us an insight of what it means for security agencies to have the most powerful man in the world within their jurisdiction. Here's part of that interview.
Whichever route the two presidents will be using, they'll be able to cover it. This means they will literally be there physically. They will stand along that route, at a short distance of each other, between themselves, and then that is covering. The second will be patrols. They will need to patrol the rest of the city or the suburbs, just to make sure that there is no chance given to criminals and evil people to plan anything bad. Of course, the third most critical part is they'll be controlling the crowds. There'll be a lot of a huge number of Kenyans that will turn up there to see the President of America. I plan to be there too. I could get VIP invitation, but I choose to stay with the Mwananchi on the street and take a selfie of the convoy when he's coming by. So they'll need to come and control the crowds.
That was earlier on when I spoke to Mwenda Mbijiwe on the impending coming visit of President Barack Obama. Let's now switch gears and move on to matters health. Now, you do know, don't you, that a person suffering from tuberculosis could be arrested for failing to complete the treatment of the deadly disease? Well, that is what happened to Daniel Ngetich, Henry Ngetich, and Patrick Kipngetich Kirui. Well, a human rights NGO seeking to promote and protect HIV-related human rights in Kenya is contesting this before the High Court. Kelly Kenya says the arrest of TB patients defeats the very purpose of the Ministry of Health to protect the public from persons with infectious diseases. And joining us from our City Center studios is Alan Maleche, the Executive Director of Kelly Kenya, with an insight into this case. Alan, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Now, this case is already before the court. What can you tell us about it?
So the case is currently before the High Court and it's coming up tomorrow for a full hearing. The case will be before Judge Mumbi Gugi, who will be listening to the case. And in the case, we've got 3 petitioners. The first petitioner is Daniel. The second petitioner is Patrick. And the third petitioner is Kellyn. And they have sued the public health officer who was in Nandi County at that time. They have sued the chief magistrate. They have also sued the attorney general, and they have sued the cabinet secretary in charge of matters relating to health.
Mimi mmoja wapo wale watatu ndio tuliwekwa ndani, wakakuja kunishika, nikapelekwa jela polisi kwanza, alafu tukaenda kotini, wakasema umefungwa miezi 8, umesha taa huko prison. Sasa kupika huko prison, niliteswa huko, nilipikwa kiboko na Patrick, sababu tulikuwa wawili, tukachapwa huko makiboko tena na mashindano ile tunatungwa kukapa, iko kukapa huko, tulikapa huko na mashindano. Sasa tulishindwa kumeza hiyo tawa.
There are no isolation facilities in the prisons, because when the prisons were being built, prisons were built for criminals, to rehabilitate people, but they were not constructed bearing in mind that we're going to put patients there.
Nimekuwa nikijiuliza, je, kama TB inaweza shika, tuseme kama mheshimiwa mmoja, we are not sure that if they get infected they will take their medication the right way. Will they also be taken to prison for not taking their medication? Or is it just for the common mwananchi to be taken to prison?
Now, a traffic policeman is being accused of masterminding the dreaded highway robber gang known in the county as Kata Hema. And today, Peter Gashie Matiru appeared before a Nakuru court charged with robbery with violence, a charge that carries the maximum penalty. His brother Eliud Waititu and sister-in-law Elizabeth Wambui are also facing similar charges. Well, they are accused of robbing motorists along the Nakuru-Eldoret highway of money and property totaling to 69 million shillings. All these include a lorry, computers and assorted garments.
Again, I also ask you to release the accused person on a very fair.
On 15th day of July 2015 at Sangai, Nakuru, joining the public society. Yes.
Two, the court reviewed my client's 2 titles.
Mwanani mwake ni ukweli ama si ukweli? Say, was this before or was this after? It cannot be both. You must say
of a similar nature, an assault.
138 pieces of mobile phones valued at Kenya shilling 35,283,937. Associated governments valued at Kenya shilling 9,661,365. Time of such robbery threatened to use actual violence to the said Abdi Shukri Ali Nur Mohammed. Is it or not true?
Not true.
In compliance with the dictates of the Constitution, the accused has been arraigned in this court. This court takes cognizance of the fact that in certain instances, the duration may be inadequate, having regard to the complexities of the case for complete or exhaustive investigations to be conducted. It is in this regard that this court will allow the application and direct that this matter be mentioned on Monday, the 27th of July. So basically what the court has done is given you 3 working days, that is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, arrange the court accused for one.
Now, the sector of real estate in Kenya is growing considerably and has attracted more and more entrepreneurs recently. Well, this afternoon we host one of them, Major Retired David Karau, who is the chairman of King's Pride Properties. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
He is also going to be one of the participants in the GES Summit, is that correct?
Yes, that's
Wow,
true.
Congratulations, it's a big thing.
Thank you, thank you.
So maybe you can take us through what is King's Pride Properties all about?
Yes, King's Pride Properties is a real estate development company which started about 8 years ago.
Okay.
We started with a small project of just 16 units in South Bay, but we've grown over time to projects ranging into billions right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have actually hit the market with a difference.
With a bang.
With a bang,
Okay.
because recently when we got a partnership with Shelter Afrique, we said we want to extend the same to Kenyans. So we have come up with something called zero deposit, where any Kenyan who has up to a minimum of 50,000 can start owning a home.
Wow, great.
And we recently went to the US, and the product was accepted in a big way.
Okay.
So, yes.
All right. So, you know, you sound like, you know, yours is a success story. Was it always like that, you know, because more and more entrepreneurs, you know, when you hear the stories, it's a story, first of all, of struggle before they, you know, they consider themselves as successful. For you, was it, you know, a nice ride?
I would say yes, it was. It has been. Of course, before then we had our own issues here and there.
What were the issues?
The issues were one of the good examples is I went to one of the banks. I won't name it here.
Yes, yes.
But when they looked at my payslip, they said, "Sorry, we cannot offer any services to you." That was much earlier before we got into an environment that I would ask Kenyans to take advantage of, that every other time you are seeing banks coming to your offices saying take a loan.
Yes,
there was a time that was a preserve of the rich. Yes.
Wow, all right. And so was that something that, you know, that you think many youth are going through, you know, especially right now, you know, the point of raising capital, is it still an issue from where you sit?
It is, but it's a bit different today, and that's what I would challenge our Kenyan youth, because today there are so many support financial systems which they should take advantage of. What I've just mentioned, like right now, even if the banks are not giving very good interest, at least they are offering loans.
Yes.
So if you have a good scheme, you can always get someone who listen to you and work with you.
And work with you.
Yes.
All right. Major Richard, we'll be getting to, you know, the meat, you know, of your business, and of course, you know, what it is like for you as you await the start of the summit in just a short while. So stay put with us.
Thank you.
We'll get back to him in a short while. But for now, let's bring you up to speed with what's happening in Eldoret. And Moi University is in the process of assembling laptops required for the Jubilee government's free laptops program. Deputy President William Ruto visited the main campus in Eldoret and launched the assembling process. And as our reporter Masi Kandia tells us, the university has a production capacity of not less than 400,000 laptops annually.
We are currently at Rivertex, where Moi University has, where the Deputy President, His Excellency William Ruto, has officially launched the laptop and tablet assembly plant. But to give us an insight of what exactly has happened here today is Professor Twigong. Professor Twigong, thank you for joining us. Tell us exactly what has happened here today.
Thanks. Welcome to Moi University. We are now in Rivertex, which is a facility of Moi University for manufacturing, research, and teaching. Moi University, in partnership with a Portuguese company called JP International, has launched an assembly plant for laptops and tablets. This is geared towards production of tablets, especially for primary school kids, and here with us we have got also the tablets, the sample of the tablets that we are assembling, and also our Moi University primary school kids who are actually here to demonstrate how these tablets works. These tablets will come as a completely knocked down kit from Portugal, and we will assemble here, complete assembly plant. Our aim is to assemble laptops, tablets, and finally even smartphones. That is, we are geared in the next 2 years to assemble smartphones also, and we are happy that the government is really supporting Moi University in this assembly plan. We've been partnering with the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology, and Ministry of Industrialization and Enterprise Development in this project. It is well supported by the government, and this was actually evident by the presence of none other than the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, who has launched this assembly plant and the new tablets that are come out of this assembly plant. We hope that in the next 3 months, 4 months, the full assembly plant will be ready now to roll out the equipment. The university is lucky to have a well-established factory with its outlets, and as a university we also have got campuses and colleges outside in various counties in the country, and therefore we'll be able to roll out these laptops and tablets throughout the country. We'll have facilities also for after-service sales throughout the country in our campuses and those universities that were initially Moi University facilities. We also are pleased that as a university we've got fully fledged Directorate of ICT. We've got also Information Science, School of Information Science. We've got School of Engineering with Computer Engineering as a course that is being taught there, and therefore the human resource capacity that we have is enormous to be able to put in place a workable assembly plant. And we've got the support of government, the support of council, and we are grateful as a university for this establishment of a first assembly plant of computers owned by a university in this country. Thanks.
Those are good strides as a university. There has been a debate about the laptop project for Class 1 children in East Africa. In Rwanda specifically, they have the 1 laptop per child. But we want to know how the students are feeling about getting these laptops. And we have students from Moi University. Prudence Jeruto, you're in Class 3, I'm told. Tell us, do you know what this is? Do you know how to use it? And tell us.
If you want to remove this one, you just press the bottle and then you just remove this like this. And when you want to go to camera, you just do like this and then you go to camera.
And you're able to take pictures?
Yes.
But for learning and education, do you know how to use this for education, for your classwork?
Yes. When I want to do it, I just go and then I just press the buttons and then it writes in the mirror, then I just send it and then they can send it with that laptop.
Thank you. To have a different view, your friend Joanne, I can read from your name tag, Joanne Nyawera. Are you excited to be part of Moi University and the tablets and laptop project?
Yeah, I'm so happy to have these laptops. I thank even His Excellency Mr. William Samoei Ruto for giving us these laptops.
Thank you very much. All the best, students, in your work. Thank you, Professor Twigong. That was it from here at Rivertex. Remember, Rivertex also is where Moi University students usually come here for their workshop and attachment programs. From here in Eldoret, my name is Mercy Kandie.
Welcome back to KTN Newsdesk. Now, the High Court in Kampala grilled Chief Magistrate Kobusheshe Francis over the 2010 Lugogo bombing and his alleged involvement in the case. He is alleged to have made an extrajudicial statement outside his jurisdiction. The July 2010 Kampala attacks were suicide bombings carried out against crowds watching a screening of the 2010 FIFA World Cup final match at 2 locations in Kampala. The attacks left 74 dead and 70 others injured.
In an emotional court session, Assistant Superintendent of Police Prosina Mukasa, then Division CID Officer Kabalagala appeared before Justice Owenyidolo to pin the 13 suspects in relation to the July 11th bombing in Kabalagala. Namukasa, who could not hold back her emotions, told court that moments after the bomb went off, she and other officers were called by her division police commander Kagara Bob, alerting them of people killed by a bomb attack at Ethiopian village restaurant just a few meters away from Kabalagala police station. Rushing to the scene to ascertain what had happened, Namukasa was welcomed by a human head lying just outside the entrance to Ethiopian village restaurant, and inside, several human body parts scattered all over.
I remember there was one with the arm off, broken arm, and others had the fresh shattered. Okay, that was the situation. It was too much for God.
Namukasa teamed up with other officers and started collecting the 15 bodies on site.
I should say that all the fresh ones shattered. Find somebody who spoke.
Namukasa then read out to court the 15 names of the deceased.
My Lord, the names that I got from records at Mulago City Mortuary were Prisima Raja Ramajan, Omuse Francis Okecho, Mary Smith.
She further told court that it is after the visit of President Yoweri Museveni on July 12, 2010 that the place was ordered to be cleaned. With this presidential directive, Namukasa started gathering the pieces of human flesh that were littered all over.
I do remember on the 12th, when I went back to the state, I collected a big polythene bag full of fresh and I carried it to the mortuary, my Lord.
Earlier, court had heard from Superintendent of Police Kagara Bob, then Division Police Commander Kabalagala. Jota Mobangizi, NBS Sunset.
Let's now take a look at sports. Campaigns for the forthcoming Football Kenya Federation elections have kicked off even before the dates are announced. Southern Region has endorsed Nick Mwendwa for the top position as the campaigns for the seat continue to take shape across the counties. Mwendwa, the owner of the FKF Premier League side Kariobangi Sharks, met and addressed delegates from Machakos, Kitui and Makueni at a Machakos hotel on Tuesday evening. Mwendwa is one of the officials who have shown interest to unseat incumbent Sam Nyamwere. Suspended Vice Chairman Sam Shuley has joined hands with other like-minded individuals, including a businessman Gor Semelango, and are on the campaign trail. The Sam Shuley group are campaigning and under the Stop Football Genocide slogan, while Mwendwa's group are using Team Change in their campaigns.
It tells you exactly what the country is thinking. I think you should brace yourselves, even the media, for change. Change is coming to town, and change is going to be brought by Team Change. Game ni mimi, game ni wewe.
Delegates wote wa mkutano wa Southern na wote wameamua kwa lugha moja kwamba wanataka mabadiliko katika mpira wa Kenya, na wakaamua watamsupport Nick Mwendwa kama presidential candidate na wanataka change kwa football ya Kenya.
Well, that's where we wind up our coverage this afternoon on KTN Newsdesk on our home channel. Remember, you can join us on KTN News, DSTV channel 274 or GoTV channel 94, and we're also on Zuku channel 14 if you'd like to get insights on different entrepreneurs, including Major retired David Karau, who is going to be speaking to us after this short commercial break. I'm Betty Kialo. Thank you for watching.